Hello, everybody. It is me, methamphetamine Michael, as always. So this is going to be another build variation that I have on my Singabarb only ladder character. As you can see, I've got a redemption aura. So which fucking skill? This one, okay. So the main aspect of this is going to be using Phoenix to farm cows specifically. So why am I using that? I'll tell you right after we get through skill stats and all that shenanigans. So, level 93 Barbarian. I know some of you boys may have seen this already, but for those that haven't, strength, dexterity, vitality, energy's 275, resists are not too shabby. I've got my advanced stats over here. I'm not prioritizing Magic Find. This is just for killing cows as fast as possible. Then I've got faster cast rate is over 105, so 110 is plenty. Now, let's go over to my skills briefly. So I've got 46, so if I buff up with my battle command, we're at 47 Warcry at 2603, so we can see over here 2603. Now, also, I've still got my Find Potion to utilize Grim Ward if I'd like to, but I don't end up using that often, really. Combat masteries, I've got 1 point wonders, and then combat skills, we have bugger all, boys, bugger all. Alright, so, why am I using Phoenix? So, I did a bunch of testing pre-ladder, and I found out that the best method of farming cows efficiently with the Singabarb, best way to do it is with a Phoenix, with this specific setup. So, when farming cows, there's too much, there's high density and high volume of mobs, and I'm not too worried about using find item on everything. If I was going to be following someone on a high player count, I'm not going to be doing damage as a Warcry on a high player count, and there's not much point in me hawking everything. If someone else, like a Novasork or Hammerden and all of that shit, Javazon particularly, on high player count on P8, I'm better off having higher FCR, even 200 FCR, stacking Magic Find, and just hawking everything. Just hawking everything for Magic Find just for the boys. But I don't like playing like that. That's boring as shit. So, how can I farm runes effectively myself? Basically, when it comes down to farming runes, everyone's going to say, oh, big flashy thumbnail, you can find runes here, how to find the best rune drops here and there. Dude, you guys who know playing the game, it always comes down to, okay, Magic Find does not affect chance of rune drops, so what does that leave? Farming a high amount of mobs per hour. How many cunts can you kill, and how fast can you fucking kill everything? That's what it comes down to. The best way to really farm it is cows, or in some cases you have mobs that have either a higher chance to drop runes, or technically a higher chance to drop runes, or they have a smaller loot table. So there is mobs like Ghost Wraiths and Ghosts that have a restricted loot table, which means technically they have a higher chance to roll a rune when you do kill them. Things like that. But you can't really do restrictive farmings for runes, really. So fuck it, cows and Trav and other places. So I'm sure there's videos out there if people want to look at places to farm, but I'm not going to go into that. So I'm farming cows with this. So I've got my Phoenix. Reason why I have this is because of the redemption aura. Now, when I'm killing shit, I need to be maintaining and getting all of my health back because I'm casting so fucking much. So there's no way that I could kill it. I could kill and clear cows consistently with a full damage setup with dual Hodos. It's not viable at all. I'd be using all of my rejuves, all of my pots, and I would need to switch back and forth. So, I did testing with my setup with a Insight. Insight gives you phenomenal regen, but the cons are you miss out on potentially +6 skills for Hodo, right? So if I add dual Hodos here, my damage is severely less. So if I could see, I've got 2796, I do have Battle Command. Switch over, it's 2410. So I'm missing a big chunk of damage. It's still doable. I was using this for quite a while, actually. And it seemed to be quite nice. Another downside to it is it does have lower resistances, and you do need to swap out a few more bits of gear to actually get it over to 105, which I am at. So I have this on Switch in case I would like to use it, but instead of running around with an Insight, I can do more damage with a Phoenix. Yeah. I know a lot of people are cringing seeing this because everybody likes to find item. They're just like, oh, what's the point if you can't use find item on any corpse? I'm like, dude, you can still farm without having to hawk everything, you absolute degenerate. Okay? And I'm farming cows, so there's no point. It's actually less efficient for me to hawk everything in cows. So I'm more inclined to use Phoenix. I get way better mana sustain because I'm killing shit on lower player count. Now, let's get into the gears, boys. So, I've got my Hodo here. I've got a 38 roll, which is kind of nice. The higher, the better. Can reach slightly higher because I have my Phoenix. So, my resistances are capped out further. So, I've got 5 max lightning, 10 max fire. I've got max plus skills wherever I can now. So, I've got plus 5 to Walk Rise with more mana. I've got 310. I've got my Enigma. I've got my Arachnid Mesh. I have Mage Fist, which is important because we do need to have some more FCR in places because we're only running one Hoto and Phoenix does not give faster cast rate. So we need to put this in here for 20 FCR, but that also means we unfortunately have to put 2 rings with 10 FCR each. So if we could get FCR on like... there's not really much else. We could swap out the weapon for 50 FCR and then get another plus skill here, but it's not actually worth doing that in this case because we would have like, if you put a whiz spike there, then we could drop one of these rings, get another plus skill, but it's still going to end up more damage in the long run if we have this with just the one Hodo and just drop the SOJ and have the 2 FCR rings with mana. Make sense? Another option would be getting a 220 amulet, and then we can actually have 1 SOJ, so we could get a little bit more mana, but that's very hard to get and a little bit difficult. So that's fine for now. I have magic. I have no magic find on my boots. I've just got my fast hit recovery max mana roll because that's more important in this case. And then down here on my skillers, I've just got all my skillers up for max damage. My 2011 torch, 1917 Annihilus. I do sadly need a little shitty strength charm to win my monarch because whatever. Then I've just got my mana charms in here with a few MF1s because that's what I have, boys. That is about it. I'm not sure if I showed the mercenary, but he's got G-Face, 15, increased attack speed, treachery, and then my Eth Reapers. Sounds pretty good. So this is my fastest farmer for cows, so let's get right into it. Bing, bing, bong. Come on. There we go. Ceremonial pike, eh? Nice. For those people still cringing that, I don't have, that I'm not, like, using find item often enough with redemption. Like, redemption, it goes in, like, a cycle tick, right? So, you do actually have time to use find item before it actually redeems the corpse, and it has a chance to redeem. It has a chance to redeem a corpse. You can't see it here, but you can see it in the actual stat screen. Does it show it down here? No, it doesn't. It's just applied from the item. My bad. But it has a chance to redeem. So, it doesn't always redeem it. So that means we can actually use find item. Wowee. When I'm teleporting around like this, I try and stay a little bit farther away because me mercenary, he can proc decrepify, and that means that they're going to group up slower if they're slowed down. But it's fucking whatever. I'm not gonna cry. Here we are. See, I can still hawk if I want to, you know? So right after I kill like an elite pack, I can still hawk. But the aim of this is I'm not stacking Magic Find. This is just for killing cows as fast as possible. See, I've got one elite here. Where is he? Yeah, see, I got that one. It's not a big deal. I know it's probably more efficient overall to do runs of Travancore because you can stack MF, you can clear it consistently fast, repeatedly, and they have a higher chance for dropping runes. But sometimes I just get bored of doing the same thing, and I am playing the same specific build, and I want to make it work in all areas to feel like I can really, you know, get it to work. You can never really compare this to the likes of Javazon, Blizzsorks, and all of those. And I've probably repeated myself there in the past saying that. But this is the best way to go about farming P1 or, you know, P2, P3 cows with specifically a Singabarb. Still get some rejuves and shit. Nice. I'll take that. You can use Grim Ward. It does pick up the clear speed a little bit. One thing I haven't actually tested yet is higher player count farming cows with this specific setup, but with max Grim Ward. Perhaps I'll test that in the future. But I could try that here now, so I can pop Grim Ward. It's a little bit difficult on the targeting sometimes. I missed it there. Alright, there's a body. Get it? Grim Ward. Grim Ward. Alright, there we go. So it definitely is faster. Brr. I'm not sure if the devs are aware of that, but I do find when I'm playing that Grim Ward is difficult at times to target a corpse when I'm in the middle of shit, you know? But I think that, you know, that might just be a me problem, a me issue, as people say. Because when I'm in the middle here, when I'm trying to hover my mouse over and actually cast on a corpse, you see those Hellbovines are standing on top of the dead body. So it might just come down to me being shit at the game, you know? I'm not trying to speed clear this right now. I'm just kind of vibing while I'm chatting shit, really. So I know this isn't super impressive. And it's not going to be super impressive for a lot of people because, you know, you have to be built different, you know, to play Warcry Barb only. And that's about that. F Decapitator. If it's socketed, I shall keep it. It is not. That's about majority of the cows cleared. I could try and sneak in another one actually. Destroy Helm is bad. You know what, let's sneak in another one, eh boys? This time I will shut up and try and clear it a bit faster.
Greetings.
All right. So most of the time, the portal is visible from the path. Easy peasy. Boom. Alright, let's go. Is there champions there? There is. So again, for those who weren't aware, Grimoire doesn't actually apply for champions because they're not affected properly by like crowd control effects like fear and stuff. Well, I mean that's kind of not true. Like elites and champions, and they are affected by crowd control skills like Warcry and whatnot, but they do have severe diminishing returns. Well, that's a shit way to say it. They have resistances to it. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. Topaz, should we take that? Sure. They're resistant to crowd control. I usually don't tend to Grimoire that much just because I'm fucking lazy. And sometimes I miss the targeting on it, and I'm like, whatever. But it is worth it. Can't deny that. I think I mentioned before, but I do want to respec and fuck with Grimoire more, and also mess about with the 200 FCR setup. Awesome thing about using Grimoire with specifically a Warcry build is you have so many plus skills with only 1 point wonder into Grimoire. You get a really good slow effect, which significantly diminishes the main, like the negative factor of using Grimoire, which is it fears everything. So having the plus skills, right, it increases the slow effect. So 66% slow on enemies. I believe that's more than Decrepify. Is it? Decrepify 50%? Or am I thinking the physical damage return? Whatever. But having more plus skills, 1 point, mate, it's at level 25, for fuck's sake. So I got a massive radius, slow of 66%, and I get a little bit extra damage. So other barb builds that don't have as much plus skills into Grimoire, if you fear them, they're going to run and, you know, disperse the density quite a lot. I don't know why I held there, that was my bad. But if you don't have as much, if you have less slow on Grimoire, less plus skills, they're going to run away faster, right? Try and group these boys up. Yeah, that's a good one. They're still going to like run away and disperse, run away from each other all the time when you fear them. But the more points you have, the slower they're going to be, and the more likely you can kind of zip around and hit more of them when they are closer together. See, and I was still able to hawk that elite. Wow. I know this video was dragging out a little bit, but I just thought, hey, I haven't made one of these covering like a proper cow clearer in a while. thought it'd be good to showcase. Grab that amethyst. Have we killed Cow King yet? I can't remember. Ah, we did. Well, I reckon we'll finish that up there. So hopefully this was interesting for you guys. If you guys want me to try this in, I don't know, if you guys want to see more Warcry shit, by all means, please hit me up. So 2603 for the damage, and this is using Phoenix for P1, P2, or P3 farming of cow specifically, so low magic find, high sustain for resources, and with a low priority of find item in hawking mobs. So this is the best way to farm for runes in cows with a Warcry barb in hell. So, I'll see you boys in the next one, I guess. Hey? Bye! Bye!